Today on the channel, The Dark Knight returns again with the McFarlane Toys DC Collector's Edition, Batman Regular and Platinum Edition.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another DC Collector's Edition McFarlane Toys unboxing and review. And today we got a double dose of The Dark Knight Returns with Batman. But for all your McFarlane toy needs and everything else under the sun, make sure you're hitting up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15%. Yes, 15%. Got to get a deal out there. And a deal I forgot about is these Dark Knight figures. Had them on the bottom of a pile as these came out a couple of sets ago. I guess no better time than the present to get these ones done, even though I've had them in the collection for a while. Now, I do got the regular edition here and the Platinum edition. Figured we'd do them together. We'll show the differences between the two. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's start with the regular, work our way over to the Platinum. There it is in the old packaging there. Old Bruce Wayne, one of the most famous Batman stories of all time and figures we've got in the past as well. Looking good. Love the lamp pole in that as well. You can always use that with other toy lines if you really wanted to. Number 21 in the series right here. Batman number 21. On the back, a little bit of artwork there going on. 22 points of articulation, of course, and 12 and up for those kids. Oh, watch out for those kids, of course, as we say. Packaging, see you later, put a little spin on it, goodbye. Get the old card out, get the old stand out, see you later, goodbye. Went right into the garbage though. DC stand, seen it before, we'll see it again. Very interesting here though, no shiny on the DC. Cost cutting, of course, they started to do some of that stuff. Remember we used to get the trading card holder in these as well. It's interesting how Todd McFarlane from the couch playing the little games, little shenanigans, as $30 price point, they took that away, they took a little paint away. Price did not change. We know how it goes. Usually when prices go up, they don't go back down. Hard to do, of course. See you later. Goodbye. Let's read the card, of course, see what's going on here. This masterpiece of comic storytelling brings to life a dark world and an even darker man. Frank Miller completely reinvents the legend of Batman in his saga of a near-future Gotham City gone to rot 10 years after the Dark Knight's retirement. Very interesting when I hear Frank Miller's name. What do you guys think of? Maybe it is most people think of The Dark Knight Returns. Me, personally, I think of Punisher and Daredevil. That's the first time I ever heard the name Frank Miller in my life. Everybody's got a different entry point into everything, as we do know. Plastic prison, of course. Got Batman looking only like a Batman could look if he returned after 10 years. How about that? But I'm going to dive into this one, too. Show the packaging on this as well. Got old Batman, a little darker suit here. Now, we do get two heads on this one, so as usual, you got to make them as different as possible, as we know. Same thing over here, 21, 21. Batman on the back, of course, the usual stuff we get. Pop this bad boy out. Now, we do get the stand and card again. Don't need to read through that, I don't think. Plastic prison, ready to go for the old Dark Knight. He's ready to return, this time in action figure form. So I'm going to take these two offline, get them out of the package. We'll be back talking all things DC Collector's Edition, Dark Knight Returns. All right, let's return to the Dark Knight. Let's start with the regular edition, work our way over to the Platinum. And of course, let's start with the accessories first. First thing I notice, the old Batarang. It looks like a little bit of a maze right here, wrapped up over here. A little bit of an angle to it, and then you got the Batarang on the end. I believe we saw this with an earlier incarnation of Batman somewhere along the way. So I believe we got the most out of our molds on this one. All in black is what it is. Always looks a little strange to me, dangling around. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But then we get the extra hands here. We do get a splayed out hand, and we do get a dagger hand. We'll talk about that here in a second. We do get two Fists of Fury. Of course, you got to have Batman one more round, like a young Rocky back in the day, maybe. And then we do get two gripping hands. So choose your own hand adventure on that one. And then we do get the light pole. So now we got two light poles. I'm building out a train set. This looks like something you'd have on like one of those old man train sets that are going around. You put this over here and the trains go around a little city. But you do get this going on here, the black and green attack. You got the yellow lamp post right there. He's underneath the post. He's ready to go one more round once again. But a cool accessory, and we don't get a lot of lampposts. I can't think of any other ones, at least anytime recently. So a great one to use in your displays. You can put this with your Marvel Legends. You can put it with your wrestling. Do whatever you want, but a very cool accessory to be thrown in with this figure here. So we did get 2 of those if you bought both of these, of course. But now we're going to dive into Batman himself over here. And you got my more color combination of Batman. What I like in my Batman is that grayish, almost white suit going with the blue accents throughout. So you got the blue gloves, the blue forearms, the blue boots, the blue cape, as well as the blue trunks. You get the big yellow utility belt there, and then you get the gray suit throughout. Now, this should be called Battle Damage Batman here, as you do got Bruce Wayne here with the gray hair. The Silver Fox is what he is, really. You got a little bit of teeth showing on him. But he's definitely been through a round or two. His face is cut up. His face is all bruised. Costume torn and tattered, of course. Got the claw marks right there and the Batman logo in the chest. This is a Bruce Wayne that's been through the war, that's for sure. Now, he does got a plastic cape in the world of soft capes for the most part. We got a little plastic going on here. But a cape that doesn't get in the way, and not Batman's biggest capes, of course, over the years right here. But does look very, very good, this Batman. But it obviously is Bruce Wayne as far as the head sculpts go. But then the second head sculpt here is more traditional Batman. You get the blue mask going on over the top. He's still grinning and bearing it. He's still been through the fight. Got those little Batman ears on this one. And I do like that they gave us 2 heads for the regular and platinum, because you can make them different between the 2. And I got to decide which one's going to wear the mask, which one's not going to between these 2. Then you put different hands on them. You guys know how we do it by now. But looking very good here with this Batman. I do like this one a whole lot. And like I said, this is my preferred color combination to Batman. Maybe different hues, but I like the looks of this one a little bit better than the traditional one. It seems like a lot of people like the all-black suit, which nothing against that. You like what you like, you don't what you don't. But I've always preferred that, and that's where I came into it with the Super Friends and Batman 66 as a little kid watching those reruns. So that's what I enjoy. Maybe you enjoy something different, but maybe you enjoy this one here. Now, don't really need to walk through the accessories. Same ones we saw over here, just a different color combination. But we do get Bruce Wayne once again, and same thing, different color combinations. You got the head with the mask on, head without the mask. Definitely a darker Batman here. So maybe this one works better with the mask on. Let's have to figure it out in the glamour shots here. But definitely looking very cool here is this Batman. Once again, this is what I think of color combination wise. This is a lot darker, but it depends. You like it darker, you might be in for this one here. Same head going on between both these guys here. The Silver Fox rolling on, of course. Same cape going on, a darker blue, and then you get more of a blackish gray suit throughout. And then in a very interesting plot twist right here, in his satchel, his bags right around here, you can see right in there that it's the yellow and black attack, which means only one thing. Huge Striper fan. Even in his old advanced age, he was still rocking out to Oz Fox and the Boys, Michael Sweet, of course. He was just rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling to the sweet sounds of Striper. That's what he said. To hell with the devil. That's what Bruce Wayne said along the way. But looking good right there. Now, articulation can be identical for these 2. Arms all the way around for us. A little butterfly, nothing to really write home about. No bicep cut. Single jointed elbow on him. Hands removable back forth, side to side. Head removable back forth, side to side. Hula hoop up top, a little traditional waist in there. Those big old Batman splits if you need them. Legs do go up a little bit. Thigh cut, how about that? A little thigh cut action. Double jointed, pinned knees, no boot cut, but you do get ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down. And you do get that toe articulation. You got to have that toe articulation, but same articulation for both figures as you can imagine. Now, the splayed out hand looks really good here, but the moneymaker hand for both these ones is the claw hand, where he's got those bat daggers right there in between his knuckles. He's ready to go. He's ready to take somebody on with that right there. Reminds me of when I was a fight about 7th grade. It was a big gang war fight. It was a bunch of my friends against a bunch of other no-gooders. And we were putting a beating on them and everything, and we were having the fight going on. And it was interesting, of course, as most fights are. But one of the kids from our group, of course, Tommy, shout out to my buddy Tommy, he put keys in his hands. He had a bunch of keys, and much like these batarangs, he put the keys in between each finger and then folded it in, and then he hit a kid with it. And I don't remember if he, made him bleed, he scarred him up or anything like that. Just I remember him doing that and saying, hey, here's what I'm going to do in this. And he put him in there and was fighting with it that way. Dirty pool, if you ask me, but I'll never forget that. And this reminds me just of that back in 7th grade. That big old fight on the old playground, the old elementary playground. Oh, wild times out there. But very cool. Of course, Batman, the chips are down. He's going to do anything to win the fight. And this looks pretty cool. So I'm definitely going to use, on one of these twos, definitely going to use this hand here as it is something different. I think that's the first time we ever received that hand as well. So pretty darn cool if you ask me. Now, he will fit, of course, on a McFarlane stand. Why wouldn't he? As you guys know. So there it is. The old Dark Knight returning ×2 with the regular Platinum Edition. Pretty cool figure. Not the best Batman figure. And once again, when I think Frank Miller, I go to Daredevil Punisher, but I know a lot of people go to this one here, and this is a very fun one. And I like that there's enough meat on the bone to make them different between each other. You change the hands around, you do one with a weapon, one without the weapon, you get the different heads going on. It almost feels like separate figures. So a lot of fun right here, and I'm just really late to the party with this one, as I said at the top. So cool to finally get this unboxed, I guess, here on the channel. But there it is. Dark Knight Returns Batman regular and platinum for the McFarlane Collector's Edition line. Be interested to hear your thoughts in the comments. Did you pick them both up? Did you want one or the other? Did you need neither of them? Let me know in the comments. And let me know the first time you heard the words Frank Miller. Maybe it was Sin City. Who knows? But let me know in the comments down below. Of course, don't forget to check out my YouTube channel memberships and Patreon for even more content. Your best way to support the channel. Pick up my brand new book, The Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toy Makers, on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or via me. New podcast every single Tuesday, The Kyle Peterson Show, wherever audio podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. So for the Dark Knight and his return, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
We're going to the end of the line.